All right, headed to Niagara Falls and going over to meet Chris from Keep Moving Forward. Chris is from Vancouver. He's in Toronto this week to do some business stuff. So he's decided to come to Niagara Falls to hang out. We're gonna do a little bit of shooting today, some pictures, photos. I got my passport ready to go. And today we're gonna talk about long exposure photography. So get ready, cue intro. Okay, made it to Niagara Falls, Ontario, not the American side. I came over this morning, went to the Nexus line, pulled out my card, and I had Chris's Nexus card, so that didn't work. Luckily, there was no border line. We got the falls, we got Chris. We actually know Chris from Vancouver. We'll introduce him in a minute. We're down here shooting some video today. I'm gonna show you guys how to shoot some long exposures, do some long exposure photography using an ND filter, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty later on. I don't know, cinematic montage, Niagara Falls B-roll montage, tutorial to come. I'm here with my friend Chris. He came down from Toronto for the day. We're taking some video, we're doing some long exposures. We're gonna get into that in a second, but first, I want to talk about Chris a little bit because we met in Vancouver. Why don't you tell them a bit about yourself and how we met?
Going way back, I started vlogging more for family. Our channel is Keep Moving Forward, and really the bottom line of Keep Moving Forward is just life continues, and no matter what it throws at you, you just keep moving forward. So Carla and I try and live by that philosophy, try and teach our kids that, and yeah, that's kind of what the vlogs are about. And Carla and I, Keep Moving Forward is photography and video cinematography. I guess we've been messing around for about a year and a half. A few vlogs on there, and we were at the Vancouver Web Fest. A few months later, we kind of connected, I guess, on social media.
We became good friends, and we went out for dinner a couple of times, and we moved, and it was sad times. So, but now we get to hang out here, so that's cool.
He's taught me a whole bunch how to use my camera today.
This guy's awesome. You guys need to check out his New York video. I'm gonna link it up here. You need to go check it out. I mean, your son actually made the music for that video, right?
He made the music, yeah, for some of it, yeah.
Yeah, that's next level.
I am shooting with the 6500, and this is the 18-105 lens. I started out with the Sony RX100. I decided to upgrade just after Christmas to this camera here.
Nice little kit. So we're gonna go shoot some waterfall stuff, and then we're gonna hop back to the office, and then we're gonna talk about ND filters, long exposures, how to do them, what to do, especially on days like this when the sun is out and it's bright and it's tough to shoot in. So we will get into that in a minute. Okay, so we're trying to find a place here to set up to do a long exposure. It's very busy here, and there's a lot of mist. There's a lot of obstacles here, isn't there, Chris?
There's lots of obstacles.
This mist might be a tough one. See what we can get, even though it's like high noon, bright sunny day, silly lighting, but we'll see what we can get.
We're breaking all the rules today.
We're breaking all the rules, exactly. It's really loud, so we'll talk about this after. Okay, so let's talk about how we got this photo. If you want to do long exposures, there's a couple of things you're going to need, especially if you're shooting during the day. Obviously, you're going to need your camera, but you're also going to need a tripod and probably an ND filter. If you're shooting at night, you probably won't need an ND filter because it's going to be dark enough that you're going to be able to slow your shutter down anyway. What is an ND filter? ND stands for neutral density filter. Basically, it's sunglasses for your lens. That's the easiest way to explain it. You put an ND filter over your lens and it cuts out the amount of light coming through. Typically, we use variable ND filters a lot for video. Variable ND filters allow us to change how much light is coming in to the lens by just kind of twisting the ring on the outside. For video, if you're shooting 24 frames per second, your shutter speed should be 1/50th of a second, so you double your frame rate to get your shutter speed. So obviously in a bright sunny day, it's really difficult to expose at 1/50th of a second, so we use a variable ND filter to help cut the light. This is a 6-stop ND filter. You can get a number of different types. Today, I would have actually liked to have a 10-stop ND, but I don't have one, so I would have liked to get my shutter a little bit slower to get more motion in the water, but using what you can. The key to a long exposure is that you want to have your shutter speed very slow. So the only other variables you have for exposure are your ISO, your f-stop, and then your ND filter. If you don't really understand ISO, aperture, shutter speed, we actually made a video on it. I will link it up here. You should go check it out. It's actually a very good rundown of the basics of photography and video. So go check it out and then come back. Are you back? Okay, so you set your camera up on a tripod, you expose properly. You're gonna wanna get your ISO down very low. Your F number is gonna be super, super high. Remember, higher F number, smaller hole, the less amount of light that's coming in through your lens. You're gonna put your sunglasses on your lens, and then you're gonna slow your shutter speed down until you're exposed properly. So in my case, it was 1/6 of a second. So it's gonna give you that creamy water, that drag. You can do this for traffic lights. You can do it for water, you can do it for clouds, you can really do it for anything. Anything that's moving or has motion, you can use this technique. So don't be afraid to get creative with it, experiment with it. But again, you're gonna need a tripod because you're gonna want your camera to be super duper still. If you have a shutter release, even better. Okay, back to Niagara Falls. Okay, so that is it. Guys, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified when we post new videos. We will see you in the next one. Bye!
Oh, hey, oh, yeah, let's.
Let's.
The other let's.
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 Let us be friends.
That's let's.
I think this,
Bus.
there was a bus. Sound effects for later.